a quick review for F9, or, yeah, well, F9. Let's just call it F9. The new recent movie in the Fast and the Furious saga. This movie came out a couple days ago. I saw it on theaters. I risked COVID to see this on theaters. Yes. I should have waited. I've seen a, I've seen at least 10 to 15 reviews on this movie. I have not seen one good opinion about it. Not one. Not one. And this is gonna be a short review, because what I'm about to say you've already heard in any other review. Okay, you've already heard it, so I'm not even gonna. It's the best way that I could describe it. The best way, and I heard this in another video. I don't remember this crazy stuff right here, dude. The best way that I could summarize this whole movie is Bollywood, Bollywood, but with a lot better CGI. That's what it is. It's Bollywood. States Bollywood with better CGI. Like a huge budget CGI and Bollywood. I'm not going to get into tough spoilers because this is going to be a short review. I'm just, like, this is, like, my favorite one is Fast 5. Fast 5, it's grounded, but it's crazy. The action is great, the direction is great, the action scenes are great. And it was filmed in Puerto Rico, which where I live, and I had an experience where I actually saw, I didn't see any actors, but I did see the stunt cars and all that do the thing with a tank here on Puerto Rico. Because the movie's filmed in Brazil, but most of the scenes at the end of the bank heist are actually filmed in the streets of San Juan, Puerto Rico, in near 273 Plaza in Puerto Rico, which is just a random road in pretty much the gold mine of Puerto Rico, or what you would call Wall Street, but Puerto Rico. Uh, yeah, so my favorite one is F9. F9 is my favorite. This is a spoiler right here. If you see this right here, right? So the people who already cut the movie itself, the trailers for the movie, like, you already know before even watching this. I don't know if anybody noticed this right here, but obviously this is Dom. This is the big bad train, tank, truck. That's it, pretty much near the end of the movie. And this is, look, he's looking to the right, he's looking to the left. They're doing the same thing, Why would you put that in the trailer? Why would you ever put this in the trailer right here? I saw this a couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, so I would have assumed that he was gonna join forces with Dom and all that, since you already told us he's his brother in the first teaser trailer. This movie is ridiculous. It's, for me personally, I'm gonna be real, it's my least favorite movie, my second least favorite. I go, like, my favorites are Fast 5 and Tokyo Drift. And even though Tokyo Drift, the main actor, isn't the best actor in the world, I get it, but it's the only movie in the franchise that has to do with actual racing. Even though it's drifting, but it still races, you know? You know, that's, it's not about heists, it's not about mugging trains, it's not about, revenge plots, like in the fourth one. The fourth one is my second least. The fourth one is my least favorite, and then it would be this one, definitely. It's not a revenge story. It's not a cartel story, like the fourth one. It's not a drug dealer story like the second one, where they have to take down this big drug dealer. The sixth one is not a spy 007 thriller, and then the seventh, another spy thriller, revenge, bad guy story, and then number 8. They've managed to keep topping themselves off. The action from the movie, the action is obviously thrilling at times, but ridiculous. The comedy doesn't always land. And they just keep trying to. Obviously, there's going to be another one, and they're just going to keep trying to just topping themselves. You know, obviously, you know that they go to space. It's in a trailer. It's in this trailer right here. Yes, they go to space in the movie. They go to space to destroy satellite. Roman Pierce and Tej go to space to destroy satellite with that car, and then they stay at a, I don't know, a space station. This scene is insane with the magnets. I don't even want to think how many people died in that scene. I'm talking civilians, by the way. Roman Pierce being, meta about how crazy and stupid these movies are. Charlize Theron's character goes away again. She gets away somehow. I hope she dies in the next movie. Her hair is a mess. This reunion's stupid. The whole subplot of them and him, hey, let's race, and if you win, I guess we're good, and if you don't, then you just keep driving. That's stupid, because he, Mr. Family, and all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, you definitely murdered my dad. No explanation needed, bruh. Okay, cool. Dom, he saw Fast 7, and he was like, nah. Was it Fast 7 or Fate of the Furious, where friggin' Dwayne Johnson takes out a whole prison full with guards and and prisoners, and he literally is doing it like he's a superpowered metahuman. And Vin Diesel was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna have a scene like that too in this movie. A few scenes. Look at this. Pop, pool takes 2 guys out with this. 2 guys out, and then he's just holding them all back, and then he falls. I saw this movie like 2 days ago, and I haven't had time to make a review, so I already forgot most of it. This whole fight is so ridiculous. How these 2 women, obviously, if women know how to fight, but Tyrone Magnus, which was one of the reviews that I saw, he even himself said, "Oh, I know I couldn't beat those guys." So it's ridiculous to even think that these girls could beat him, because these are highly trained assassins, and Mia is not a highly trained assassin, and she's not a highly trained assassin. But hey. I'm sure that if she was a highly trained assassin like Gal Gadot's character, maybe she could beat him. But Mia has never had an action scene in her life in this saga. She's only driven a car like twice in the whole saga of movies. And then, I guess this one, I forget her freaking name, Letty. I don't know, she fought a couple times, but it's not Spec Ops, alright? Hobbs and Shaw was a little believable in the fact that I believe that they could take out a whole room full of guys, because Hobbs is, special forces, and Shaw is special forces. So you got 2 special forces guys in a whole room of criminals and other soldiers that are not as highly experienced. So there, I could imagine and believe that they could take out a room of thugs by themselves. But this fall right here, dude, come on, dude. You broke your whole back with this guy. The suspension of disbelief, like Energy Joe says, it's gone out the window. I saw his review. I couldn't talk about any other points that he doesn't talk about. Obviously, Paul Walker doesn't appear in the movie. They don't CGI him. He's only mentioned twice, and his car appears. You can see this in this trailer too. His car appears at the end of the movie, and everybody's looking like, oh, it's Brian, but it's not. This whole frickin' jungle scene when she falls on top of Dom's car, he catches her. He doesn't even have a... Nobody gets injured in these movies, by the way. Only the bad guys. I want to point out this scene. Dude, the gravity doesn't work that way. This scene, gravity doesn't work this way either, Dom, okay? I'm not going to think you're some Assassin's Creed type character with that freaking build body that Helen Mirren is all of a sudden she's, I don't know, I don't know. They go to a party, but that's where his brother is, and then he gets... it's everywhere. This movie is 2 hours and a half, and it's so hard to keep... Look at all these civilians. They're dead. It's so hard to keep track of all of it. There's no tension, because none of these people are actually going to die. I'm sorry my review's all over the place. It's just ridiculous. It's my second least favorite of the whole franchise. I don't like it. Some action scenes are good. This whole thing is stupid. How they try to copy The Dark Knight with the whole flipping thing. And, the use of CGIs in every movie gets more and more used. Like I said, the first couple of them, this whole scene where he flips over and then he uses it to shield everyone, and it's still a functioning like truck, and then he throws it at Charlize Theron, but she's, even though it explodes, she still escapes, and it lands perfectly on the wheels, and it's obviously fast enough so he can throw it, and it can land on that jet that for some reason is flying so close to the ground, even though you could just shoot. I don't know. This whole thing with the whole base, where they pretty much borrow that C-130, whatever the hell that airplane is, and they build a fucking... There's nothing that I can say about this movie. John Cena's character, I couldn't take him seriously. I'm not saying John Cena's a bad actor, but this movie, this series is not, like, well known for its actors. And I'm gonna be honest, Hobbs was one of the best features and one of the best characters of the saga after Fast 5. The franchise was dying after Fast 4, and I'm not saying the movie would have been bad if Dwayne Johnson wasn't in it and they put another actor, but certainly his character helped market that movie. I mean, I'm one of the people who sees Dwayne Johnson in a movie and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it because it's Dwayne Johnson. I don't know what the fuck Skyscraper was about, and it ended up being a pretty fun movie, a fun type of thriller. I don't even see no fucking trailer for that, but I was like, fucking Vin Diesel hanging out of a building, I'll watch it, fuck it. And sorry for swearing so much. But that's what I'm saying, he's that type of actor. He's that type of actor. This movie reminded me more of those Sander Cage movies that Vin Diesel makes, which is over-the-top action, obviously. It's Triple X, Sander Cage. That's what I saw when I saw this movie. That and Bollywood. That's it. That's what this movie is. It's Bollywood with better CGI. If I have to rate it from 1 to a 10, I couldn't rate it lower than a 4. You know, you take away all the stupid story, the ridiculous, the suspension of disbelief, all that. But at the end, this is a saga that I've been watching since I was a kid. I still like the first movie. I still like the third movie. I still like the fifth one. I love the fifth one. Love it. One of the best action movies ever. It's great. But it should have ended after Paul Walker died. That's my take. It shouldn't continue. I know these people need to make money, and outside these movies, pretty much none of these people have work except John Cena. But he's got a lot of work outside of this. But this is the first time he's even in this series. And Dwayne Johnson, but fuck him. He's fucking rocking it right now. And he has Hobbs and Shaw. They're probably gonna make a second one of those movies. So fuck him. Jason Statham makes an appearance in this movie too, for like half a minute. It's so. I'll give it a 5. I'll be nice. I'll give it a. It's an okay film. It's not mediocre, so I'm not gonna give it a 4. I'll give it a 5. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. At this point, they know what it is. They don't give a damn. You just go in. You have to turn off your brain, even though it's so hard sometimes. And then you just waste 2 hours and a half of your time, and I'll never see it again. Never. I was watching Fast 5 yesterday, and Tokyo Drift, after I saw this the day before yesterday, because I was like, no. I have to go back. Because they're gone. They don't give a damn. And if the next movie has a fucking space battle, because they already broke the frickin' space thing. Oh, we're in space. I swear to God, I hope they end it after 10. I know they probably won't. But, dude, their base gets overrun. Whatever, dude. And if they do space battles, dude, I'm gonna lose it. I'm just gonna fucking lose it, dude. I can't with it. And Han comes back, the way they explain Han's resurrection, or not resurrection because he's never died, but he's the one character in the series who's died like 3 times and he's come back. Like the first time he died and came back, I believed it because Tokyo Drift, it's actually set in the future. This is a prequel. This is why he's still alive. I'm like, I like that. You recognize that Han was a favorite character, and you're like, we can bring him back and just play with that and make it a whole thing and make it like, oops, here it is. You remember this? Here it is. So I like that. They were still in a grounded position by the end of 6. You know, we can't have these people be common criminals. Let's give them the parlay and help us take our shot. But then Jason Statham's movie was pretty good. It was pretty good, but 8 and 9, Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast 5, Furious 6 and Furious 7. Those 5 movies I can watch and still not turn off my brain completely. It's 8 and 9. And 2 and 4. Yeah, no. Fuck them. 2 and 4 are just bad. And then 8 and 9 are just, they're bad, but they're so good bad. But you can't be, these movies have to be freaking nightmares for movie critics. Nightmares. As a consumer, there's just no need for me to go watch the next movie. Because it's never going to go back to the amazing scenes from Fast 5 or the simpleness of Tokyo Drift. It's always going to try to be the next, what do we do? What can we do next? How do we top it off? And they freaking teased the freaking, I don't want to curse anymore, that's why I'm saying freaking, I'm going to end this review. The space Star Wars thing, I swear to God, if you build a freaking spaceship out of a car and you start fighting in space, they have to kill Dominic. They have to kill him at the end. When they decide to end this franchise, which I don't think it's going to be after the 10th one, just kill Dominic. Just kill him at when you know it's going to end. Give me some impact. Because I have no, it's like the Marvel movies. I can't believe this person is dead. And grieve him as a character, be like, damn, that hurt. It's not like Logan. I know Hugh Jackman is never coming back. I know that character, his character, is gone. It ended and he's never coming back after that many movies. He obviously, you don't think Disney's going to offer him millions or already has offered him millions for him to come back? And he's like, nah. I did my story. I did my ending. That's it. But I can't do that with any of these characters. I can't do it anymore. 5 out of 10.